Strength is not always in fists or weapons. Sometimes true strength lies in the quiet power of peace. This is the story of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, the man who fought an empire without raising a sword. And won. Humble beginnings. Born in 1869 in Porbandar, India, Gandhi's childhood was ordinary. He was shy, soft-spoken, and far from the image of a revolutionary. Yet even in his silence, there was curiosity, a hunger to learn, and a restless spirit. As a boy, he struggled with fear. Darkness scared him. Speaking in front of others terrified him. He was, in many ways, the least likely person to lead millions. But that is where the story begins. Greatness often hides in the most unlikely souls. Lesson: your weakness today can become your strength tomorrow. Awakening in South Africa. Gandhi's true awakening came not in India, but in South Africa. As a young lawyer, he boarded a train in Durban. Despite having a valid first-class ticket, he was thrown out simply because of the color of his skin. Humiliated, he sat shivering on a platform, but within him, a fire was lit. He vowed never to accept injustice quietly again. That night, the timid young man died, and the fighter of peace was born. Lesson: injustice is not the end. It can be the beginning of your mission. The birth of Satyagraha. Instead of violence, Gandhi chose something revolutionary. Satyagraha, the force of truth and non-violence. He believed that even the most powerful oppressor could be defeated by courage, discipline, and refusal to hate. He began small, organizing communities, resisting unfair laws, uniting people across religions and castes. With nothing but words, fasting, and marches, he rattled the foundations of the British Empire. Lesson: power is not always in force. True power lies in moral courage. The Salt March in 1930, Gandhi led one of history's most powerful protests. The British taxed salt, a necessity for survival. Gandhi walked 240 miles to the sea with thousands following. At the shore, he bent down, lifted a lump of salt, and declared freedom from tyranny. The world watched. Newspapers everywhere wrote about the little man in a loincloth who shook an empire. Lesson: great victories often begin with small acts of courage. Prison and sacrifice. Like Mandela, Gandhi knew prison walls. He was arrested many times, but he welcomed it. To him, prison was not defeat. It was proof of resistance. He fasted, prayed, and wrote. Even from his cell, his spirit reached millions. And here lies a truth. The body can be caged, but the soul cannot. India's independence in 1947, after decades of peaceful resistance, India finally broke free from British rule. The tricolor flag rose, and Gandhi's dream became reality. Yet, heartbreak followed. Partition divided the land, and violence erupted. Gandhi, frail and weak, walked into the fire of hatred. He fasted until Hindus and Muslims laid down their weapons. For a moment, peace returned. Lesson: true leadership is not about victory for oneself, but healing for others. The final act. On January 30th, 1948, Gandhi walked to his evening prayer. A man stepped forward, raised a gun, and fired. Gandhi's last words were, "He Ram." Oh God! The body fell, but his spirit rose eternal. The man who preached peace became a global symbol of it. Throughout the story, weave lessons into modern life. How Gandhi's refusal to hate can help us overcome personal enemies. How persistence in non-violence can transform workplace or family conflicts. How one person, no matter how small, can ripple across history. Quotes to expand on. Be the change you wish to see in the world. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.